car order. It's always been car order.
I strongly disagree.
That's the way it is. Lift him out through the window in a nice way.
Just so I can go down and drink a carton while everyone punches on.
Just pisses me to tears. That's the worst thing you can do.
You shut up, you hack. Talking about boat ramps, this is what I wanted to get through from the start. What he said.
Oh, you just been an idiot.
And welcome to the Chumming Up Podcast, the fishing, spearfishing, and ocean adventure podcast that's like the Japanese fleet, because we just love Moala.
What?
More whaler. We need more whaler.
More whales, yeah. More whalers.
Yeah.
Yeah, more whaler. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Fucking.
It's bad. It's not your best bit.
It's not the best one?
Nah, it's fucking actually pretty bad.
Do you think I was going to go Goat Island?
I thought it was, I thought Goat Island.
Fuck one goat.
Yeah.
Fuck one podcast intro and fucking he's already on me. I am Squelly, and with me, as always, bitching away, is Lee World. Mitchell, how you going, big horse?
Yeah, going good, mate. Apart from we just having a fishing session. I'm the only fucker that hasn't caught anything.
Yeah. It's a bit strange for you. We're out here doing a bit of cod bothering, and fucking I got my best one.
You did. You just got a 71 centimetre Murray cod. It was a ripper.
Yep. Fucking awesome. And we've got a guest.
Yeah, we got a ripper guest. So we got Tony Bennett from Moala Fish Camp and Ski. I think I got that right. And he also runs the two biggest Murray cod comps in Australia, which is awesome. And he likes to talk a bit of smack too and help us catch a cod. I think you're 71. He said cast right there, and you did 2 casts and got it. So.
Yeah. He was like, "You're on. Take my pet cod. Bang."
Yeah.
Put us on the fish yesterday too.
He gave us a secret spot. It's that secret we can't divulge it.
Yep.
But yeah, good to have you on here, Tony.
Great, boys. Great to be here, and hopefully you can tell a few true stories and actually make a bit of sense.
It's not the place for fucking making sense around here. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so we've been out fishing this arvo. You put us on a couple. How long have you been in this area, sort of thing, doing this?
Alrighty. Personally, I come out of Melbourne 30 years ago up here to play footy to Mulwala, which is the home of the Murray cod. And since the day I got here 30 years ago, I've been fishing the lake, going back 5-6 days a week. Now just love getting out here with blokes like yourself, having a bit of fun, catching a few unlucky fish, and just being out here.
Yeah, fuck, it's a gorgeous place. It's fucking unreal. You get that overcast with the trees in the background, shit. Like everything looks like a oil painting type shit. Let alone the fish. The fishing's been sick. We've only been here in this part a couple days, but lot of cod, lot of numbers. Is it not more for numbers or fucking size? Like
here, normally for people to fish here, as I said, it is the home of the Murray cod, but the fish you got today is absolutely brilliant, 71. Normally those that come here, it's just about catching a cod. Normally they're here between your 40 to 55s an average. Anything over 55, which is your minimum legal size, becomes a good fish. As you see the one you've got, I'm sure you'll post up photos or whatever.
Oh, shit, yeah. I'll be telling anyone.
People will see it's bloody fat, magnificent condition, and that's what it's all about here, Mulwala. So, the home of the Murray cod, those over in the west or wherever you're listening, best thing you do is get yourself here and have a play.
Yeah. Fuck off,
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, what do we caught? 2 or 3 this morning, had another couple of bites. I did.
Yeah.
And we only put in a couple of hours, 2 hours maybe.
Yeah, that's it. And as I said, the amount of cod in here, it is the only non-stock lake in Australia, so it is fully self-sustainable. To see the lake, especially when it's drained, the amount of timber in here, then you'll fully come to understand why there's so many cod here. So every snag, there's a bazillion snags out here. It is a dammed red gum forest from back in the 1930s. There's that much timber on the floor of the lake. Home for the cod, there's shitloads of them.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head for me personally. I'm sure there's a lot of guys like it, and I'm sure there's a lot that don't give a fuck. But the non-stocked wild fish thing actually means something to me. Like just going, that's why I love natives more so than like trout and fucking other shit, because once it's stocked, it's sort of like, it just loses a bit for me.
No.
Where, when you got wild fish, catching them in as best a wild environment as they have, is fucking awesome. That's what I think.
100%. And I'm all for it. Like around here, we've got Eildon. You can head up north to Copeton. People blah, blah, blah about the shit they catch there. But again, they're not wild fish. They're stock fish. So, I won't say I don't give them a lot of credit. But again, it's certainly not fishing here at Mulwala.
Well, going down that, we'll jump straight into maybe a bit of controversy. So the same thing with Eildon and Copeton. What are your thoughts on live scoping and how that's changing the game too? Because since I come here last year, I noticed that everyone's got an opinion on it, including myself. And then since coming back, I see it's only getting stronger.
Yeah, I shouldn't say you're probably asking the wrong person because my views are pretty anti-scoping. More down the path of those that scope, they're getting a lot of credit, but they've got bugger all fishing ability and knowledge. Sure, they're good at catching a fish off a scope. They can play video games. They can read the scope. They know what they're doing there. But take that away from them, their fishing ability is all but zero. Sure, there's some people out there that have combined both, like the Blow Boys, father and son combos. Thomas Pinter, there is a few around this part of the world that have combined both. And yeah, I give them credit for what they catch. But there's a lot of bloody flogs out there that are catching shit that they've never earned the right to. But now it's actually going the other way where it's nearly an embarrassment to say, oh, I caught it off the scope. And as I said to Squirrely before, the 71 he got this morning, magnificent fish on the cast, a blind cast, the thrill of the hit, not knowing it's going to happen. But if that was on the scope and someone's got a 71 centimetre, that would be thrown out and they'd go, oh shit, it's only 71, it's not a metery. So it does take a fair bit of credit, the scope, away from the decent fish that are being caught.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like I have a live scope on my boat and I love it as a tool for things, but it can be too much too. Like you said, you look at any social media. 5 years ago, you're lucky to see someone with a metre massive cod, and now every photo's middle of the night with the scope. And, it's like you said, Squirrely's just caught that blind casting middle of the day. Not this, I have to get up and it's fucking 2 degrees or whatever, and you're out there just looking at a TV screen doing it, which is still good too, and I enjoy it as well. But I think you're right, and I think the scene's changing too. That people, the common opinion seems to be going that way a bit.
100%. Anyway, each to their own. Buddy, at the end of the day, it buddy helps sell a bit of fishing gear. It has completely changed the buddy thoughts and idea of a lot of people. But anyway, it's here to stay. It's technology, so we move on.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's the next step, isn't it? Like, what do you do? We actually started following one of the pages that's like scope.
Oh
fishing.
yeah,
live scope losers.
Yeah, live scope losers down under,
Yeah.
and it is piss funny.
It's
I've only been a couple of days we've been following. Fuck, it's good.
Yeah.
That bloke's a nuffy. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't know him, but he's a full-on buddy pull-through. But the shit he's created, it's given a lot of exposure to people. He's created a bit of interest. It is actually funny what he puts on there. But
It's hilarious.
I don't think he'd probably pop his head up around a lot of places unless he's probably the toughest bloke I know. But anyway, good luck to him. Don't let fear stop you. Keep it going.
It does seem like the full bitter, like, fuck everyone type thing in your mum's basement sort of thing. But it's a bloody hilarious page, the shit I'm saying.
And again, he was making money off the live scope buddy thing before it, going back early days, selling swim baits, shit like that. But anyway, it's done the full circle. Maybe jealousy, he's missing out.
Yeah,
so
right.
he's turned the other way. But anyway, it is funny. Personally, I don't do social media. I don't see any of the shit. But
Yep.
I get the good stuff forwarded to me and I have a bit of a chuckle. So
Yeah.
I'd love for him to come and say hello because we need to sort a bit of shit out too.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
Yep, even better.
Fuck.
Fuck,
There you
tune
go.
in for that.
Yeah.
The Goat Island Rumble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing about just this place having everything. You got the cod, big, small sort of thing. And then if you've got a goat fetish, that's a good looking goat on an island.
Are we going to fill? So to fill in the blanks, we're pulled up to an island in Lake Moala, and there's a goat on it. And Tony tells us he hasn't seen the goat for about 5 years. And then, funnily enough,
Funnily
enough,
yeah.
the island is called Goat
Yeah.
Island. So.
I reckon he's just trying to keep the story going that he's told his missus he hasn't seen the goat in 5 years. Love, I have not seen that goat.
It has been here for a fair while, this goat.
Yeah, well, what is the story on the fucking who put the goat on
and
the
would have got there in
island?
the drawdown.
Well, that's it. There is actually a farm probably 5 k's from here that's got a shitload of goats on it.
Yeah.
This one, again, it's been here for about years. Bit of an iconic little island and backwater world fishing. I was going to tell you the story about it, but I didn't think it was still here. And lo and behold, it's but he seen Lee and popped its head out, but he started barring and barking, and he took a liking to it.
Yeah, he fucking liked me. Like any woman at any pub in the world, that goat.
Yeah, not
Anyway,
my
but
experience.
A lonely existence out here. So the top end of my whaler up near Majors, Goat Island. So
Yeah.
legendary little feature up here.
Yeah, it's actually the number one attraction in Moala,
Yeah,
the Goat Island.
yeah. Occasionally it does skimpy work at fucking what was the pub we were at last night?
Oh,
Bundy
Bundalong, yeah.
Fuck, that's a good tavern.
Yeah.
If you're interested in a couple frothies, probably go there.
Yeah, definitely.
good
Got a
point.
couple of big cod on the wall. It's actually sick. One of them in particular, the mounts are old, so they're not in the best colour.
Yep.
But one in particular is an absolute monster.
Yeah,
I
big
caught
fat
that big
fuck.
one the other day, and it was way bigger than mine. It'd have to be 1.30 m or something. It's huge.
Yep.
Yeah, so I always love that sort of shit.
Well, that shit's cool. Yeah, going back to the comps that you run. Got 2 that you
Yeah,
run.
I'll personally run 5 here.
5. Yeah,
but-
okay.
Yeah, the big one we've just had on the weekend, the Cod Classic. That is Australia's largest freshwater fishing event. Yeah, this year we had just on 2,200 competitors.
Fuck.
So yeah, they come from everywhere, Queensland, buddy, down to Tassie and everywhere in between for us.
Yep.
Yeah, so she's a pretty big show. Probably the proudest thing from that, I've been actually running it for 24 years now. In the 24 years, we've given away 133 boats.
Yeah,
So
fuck.
to shake their hands and give that many boats away to people, put them on the spot, stick a microphone under their nose and ask them how they are, they're always pretty happy.
yeah, as you are when you get a boat.
Yeah, but that's probably the biggest thrill that I get personally. I mean, the people I've met out of it for, as I said, 24 years, buddy, some magnificent people,
Oh,
some
yeah.
great people have become great friends, and also
And then Leywalders as well.
yeah, no,
you
it's
know.
magnificent.
You can't
Yeah.
have all winners, can you?
Yeah,
That's
one goat.
So yeah, that's a big one. So that's always the first full weekend of December.
Yep.
Going back in the day, cod opening was just a weekend, nothing more than a weekend. Personally, I came from the home of duck shooting, which was Kerrang in Victoria, where our town would go from 4,000 to 20,000 people.
Yeah, shit.
So I thought, well, shit, duck opening, why don't we have a cod opening? So, and it was, footy club's event. The president had the idea, worked together to make it happen. And, since sort of day one, my whole life's been fishing and tournaments.
Yep.
Also run the Cod Nationals, which is probably is Australia's most exclusive or prestigious Murray cod fishing event. 4 days in March. That's a good one. Another couple of ones we have is in February. The Dash for Cash. So that's 3 sessions over a day and a half, just fast. Virtually boat drags. As quick as you catch a fish, the more points they're worth, the more money you win. Probably the most fun one for everyone's the His and Hers Partners Classic. So that's 1 male, 1 female per team. So fair chance you boys could team up and actually fish that.
Yeah.
Squirrely looks good in a dress.
Fucking, you got me too quick, cunt.
Actually, we got another story on that where I lost the bet and had to wear the dress.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's only been one of us who's fucking worn a dress, I think.
Yeah, that's a big
I'd just be happy that he hasn't replaced me with the goat by then, to be honest.
Yeah, so no, that's it. So that's always good fun. The His and Hers. Then we have another one in October, the Golden Dollars, which is just for the yellers in the off season. So
Yeah, right.
5 comps through the year, keeps us busy, gets a few people to town, and makes a couple of quid for the footy club.
Fuck yeah. That's sick.
That's awesome. So, just because I've spent time being behind closed doors or whatever the fuck it is, behind the scenes in fishing comps in Exmouth, and the Cod Nationals, to me, I think I can tell why it's prestigious.
Yep.
Is that still on?
Yeah.
Is prestigious is when I talk to you about the rules, Tony, it just seems awesome. Like, I love the way you've got it set up. It just ticks all the boxes that I love about fishing comps, which I know is probably not how most people like to fish by just certain rules, but I love it. So, that's what I reckon makes it prestigious, And obviously quality of guys, like you're saying, the guys that won it this year and Thomas Pinder and that, like, guys want to fish against them guys. I see in our club we have Eddie Lawler, who is just an animal, and he was winning and winning and winning, and some of the club members were like, oh, we need to change the rules to even the thing, and it's like, you're fucking mad. He's our biggest draw card. Guys want to beat the best,
Yeah, no, that's it. It is a great event to have the best of the best in the country here, but the way I run it, as we were talking before, just having a fish, it's as much about the social and the camaraderie as it is about the fishing. So, as we said, one night we mix it up where you can't sit with your partner, you've got to go out and mingle. We have sportsman's nights, comedian nights, we have games nights, different shit, but just have a bit of fun. And the best feedback I get out of the lot of it is that the people love it, just the fun they have, the mates. And again, the Nationals has been going 13 years now. Some blokes met each other for the first time at the COD Nationals. Now they're best friends, and everyone's got the same interests with the same type of people, and it's great to get them in the room together at the one time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And buddy, I really like that idea where you know, even one night when you have dinner, you can't sit next to who you know, so you got to mingle. Especially like if I was with Squirrely, not sitting near him's a fucking pleasure.
Yeah, I'd be looking to upgrade. You know, like to be honest, I'm fucking hoping the goat becomes friendly because he'd be a way better fishing partner than you, but just quietly. Yeah. So as far as fish, you've obviously you know nearly every snag we've fucking gone past today is fucking insane. You've almost called the fish. A little bit like Ricky Ponting's fucking commentary in cricket, where he tells you what's going to happen before it happens. Yeah. So what's like the standout fish that you've caught as far as Murray cod,
All right.
that sort of section?
As I said, I've been here personally for 30 years. The best I've seen here in my 30 years, I've seen two at $1.35. So there's some monsters out here. Personally, the best fish. I was actually caught in a tournament, so it was official. I got a 118.5, so I'll claim the 0.5.
Yeah.
So a 118.5 in a memorial tournament for a fella. That's the best I've got. But again, I'm just as happy getting a hit from a 50 as it is getting a buddy smacked by a big bastard. So to me, I just like being out here. I don't give a shit what they are as long as they're buddy green and got spots on them.
Yep.
Happy days.
Just loving it.
That's it.
What do you reckon, like, weight on that sort of fish is?
It's hard to say. They're like people. I'm 6'4" and 125 kilos.
Yep.
Lee's 4'6" and 125 kilos. So it's kind of very much the same.
I didn't sign up for this fucking interrogation type of fucking reporting.
Shut up, you fat cunt.
But I mean, the 118 I got, I'd say that would have been around 65 pound.
Yep.
There was a 102 caught in the comp on the weekend just gone, and that would have been around 65 pound. Like, to see the photos, I can share that with you, and however you post that on your bloody stuff you do.
Yeah.
That was a massively fat fish, little short. Well, short at a 102, but
Yeah.
the size of it, the condition was amazing. But again, like humans, they all vary. But they're just, I mean, the thing with the cod is more the thrill of the hit, winding them in half the times like buddy wand in a wet sock. But yeah, just being out here and catching the bastards, that's the best fun.
Yeah, that big dus.
Yeah, but one thing it has that sort of has most other types of fishing I've ever done is the scenery too, you know, like being out in a boat, I love it, like on the ocean, but you're just driving around the open ocean like marlin fishing or whatever. We're here, like you said, the thrill of the hit, but some of the stuff like black swans and all sorts of shit and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
what were those? I don't know if you'd know. There's birds that live in like fucking nests that look like wasps' nests.
Yeah, like
Just swallows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Fucking
different to our
No,
swallows.
there's a bazillion swallows around here.
Yeah, they're different to our swallows in the west, aren't they?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
the same looking.
Yeah, that was fucking insane and all. Yeah, obviously on the banks you're seeing like koalas and those cunts sound like pigs the whole time. We went for a walk the other day just to find a lagoon and seeing all pig fucking.
Riddles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So another thing, Tony, I know I think it's your wife's collection, but in your shop you have the best lure collection that exists. So have you got anything to do with that, or is that all Vanessa's?
I'd like to say it's probably 50-50, but I give her all the credit because she does all the work.
Yep.
So, our specialty down here, and even the way we fish today, casting hard body lures, our interest is collecting hard body timber lures. The stuff we get hold of and what we got on display in store, probably a lot of it, if you don't know who's making it, where it's coming from, how to get hold of it, you miss out on all the good shit. So
yeah,
I'd like to think sort of being at the pointy end of sort of the industry with that stuff. there's a lot of shit that people won't ever see unless, they come in store. Again, Vanessa's got a massive collection like there, and it has become like nearly a tourist attraction just for people to come in and look at. So
well, not nearly. We come in there, we bought some stuff, and just look. But I was saying to Squirrely since I picked him up in Melbourne, we bounced through a few tackle shops and that on our trip, and I said, mate, wait till you get to this one. It is fucking unbelievable, and I love it. And the fact that you got the shop to display it too, it's just. I think it's the coolest shit. And then not only the collection of elaborate lures, in my opinion, which you definitely have the best collection of cod lures for sale that I've seen bar none in any shop. It's just fucking awesome. If you want to find a little thing that's obscure that's not in other shops, you have it, and I think it is awesome. It's a credit to you.
No, that's it. Thank you. But again, we pride ourselves on, having a selection of gear, stuff you won't see at a lot of other places. I'd hate to be following the trends and trying to get shit after it's been in other shops for 6 months, 12 months or longer. So instead of following the trends, we'd like to sort of say we set the trends, and again, having stuff that it's not just your run-of-the-mill plastic, bloody moulded shit.
Yep.
It's stuff that you won't see anywhere, and sourcing those manufacturers or the makers that actually want to sell it and help promoting them to get them going. So, we'd like to think we're pretty unique and pride ourselves on what we've got.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely the thing. Like you said, you can set the trends. Me and Squirrely been running these little gidgy, little fatties or some.
Fatty Juniors.
Fatty Junior, sorry. I think I bought them from you last year, and I was recommended them by Vanessa. A few little things like that, and then guys start catching them. It sets a whole trend, So you can see it. We've all seen it a million times in fishing, that one right person or whatever catching a couple of fish on one thing can change that company's whole outlook.
That's it, 100%. And with the Gidgies, I'd like to think sort of between ourselves, giving them a run down south. They are a Queensland lure. But they're perfect for here. Blokes with the likes of Thomas Pinter have got hold of them and used them. Now they've become a pretty staple feature of the Cod Nationals, and they probably are one of our biggest selling lures, bar none, the Gidgies. So just something different, something unique. But again, you won't get it anywhere else but Fish Camp Ski Mulwala.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I love it. But I'm a fucking junkie for tackle shops. I got to go to every one of them anywhere we go in the world. Travelled Australia with me missus and kids. We're still travelling, and they hate it because there's 2 stops in every town, and it's a tackle shop and the wharf to go have a look at the fishing boats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it's a mixture of the not necessarily just all effective stuff. You've got the novelty lures on display, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle painted ones, and it's worth just going in for a look. The only problem for me and Leewald is obviously as soon as we get in and start fucking looking, we also start buying. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
you poor things.
Yeah, but it's good. And one thing like Squirrely particularly is a crazy lure nut every time. Pretty much every form of fishing I've ever done with you, Squirrely, you always like to run something secure. We'll be marlin fishing. I'm like, these ones are getting bit by Eddie, where they're going to go. And you're like, let's run this thing. That's what you like to do. And then cod fishing comes along, and it's like, holy shit. Cod fishing, one of its beauties is bar none by any other fishing. It has the coolest, most elaborate lures. It's just, it wins that. It's the fucking champion.
Yep, the snakes, the rats, the fucking, everything.
Lizards, frogs.
Yeah, mussels.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome on that. I will say,
There's some weirdo shit out there, but again, we now have people coming in store making stuff for us, hanging it up just to be seen.
Yep.
But again, credit to the boss. She's always chasing you obscure shit. But yeah, it's a tourist attraction. If you're passing by, buddy, pop in, because I guarantee every lure there has a story, where it's come from, how it's got there, who it's made it. That's the beauty of it. Every individual lure has a story, so it's not just a painted stick. It is a lure there for a reason.
Yep. Do you have a favourite lure that's probably a little bit low key that you want to mention? You don't?
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know if it's a collectible or a usable.
Yeah.
I mean, I look up at me rod at the moment. You boys are casting gidgies. I love them. But where we're fishing, it's again, he's just a local manufacturer, handmade timber lure. Young fella at Lunar Lures. But again, there's that many different types out there. If I was to individually name them all, I'd get in the shit by missing out one. But
yeah.
as I'm just looking at me rod now, that's what I've got tied on. I've caught fish on it here before. It's a confidence thing, but there's no right or wrong answer. At the end of the day, they are painted sticks. You've just got to put it in the right spot.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm very much probably like you and Vanessa, where it's the old adage where someone will come along, and they're like, you don't need that many lures and you can't cast and fish them all. It's like, yes, I've got lures I know I probably never will, but they still bring me happiness.
No,
so I'm fucking buying it.
That's it. I mean, I've come out today with 3 lures in my bag and I still haven't changed one, but it's a confidence thing. If you like purple, don't let me tell you green's the colour, because you'll just find yourself using purple. So stick to what works for yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
Yeah, fuck off. So besides like the cod fishing, which is obviously your passion, do you do much else outside of that as far as your fishing journey sort of thing?
Personally, I've spent a couple of months up the territory every year for the last 20 years. So love getting up there, whether it be Shady Camp, the Daily. I mean, they're probably the pretty easy, accessible, touristy spots. But I drag my boat up there, have a couple of mates, the kids come up. Just love it up there. But now, this year, personally, went up the Weeper, had a look around there. That was grouse. I like the bass dams up in Queensland. They're good fun. I don't really give a shit where I'm fishing, long as I'm chucking lures.
Yep.
I know next year for holidays, apparently the bosses booked me in to go to Europe. So I'm hoping to get into the pike and different shit over there and the canals. So
yeah,
just
right.
Something different, have a look around, just learn a bit of different shit. But at the end of the day, cod and barra are my 2 fish that I love catching.
Yep. Yeah, I would have thought just doing this for the couple days. The good thing about majoring almost in cod fishing is the technique and skill on this fishing or type of fishing. I'd assume would transfer to nearly everything else.
Yeah, 100%. As in technique, the same as the barra, where the only difference there is, I mean, especially if you're casting lures or trolling, you're working the tides. You've got to be in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
And the same with bass, just whether it be moon cycles, everything's the same technique, but whether it be upsizing or downsizing your lures, just fishing to suit the conditions. But if you can fish for barra, you can target cod. If you can fish for bass, you can target cod. It's just mixing up the techniques, getting the right lures, and just learning the little intricacies of each fish.
And if you fish for brim, you can't target cod because you got to go get a sex change.
100%.
It's just a queer person's fucking sport, isn't it? But in saying the techniques and the skill set, you're a multiple casting champion of Australian or some shit. Since we're blowing up egos here, you call me short and fat, and I'll just tell
Yeah.
No, mate. I run my own tournament, so I can make up the trophy.
But that's the fact, is it not?
No, correct. 7-time Australian Pro Casting Championship. Bit of a bullshit title, but again, I've tried to keep it going. It was a big thing of the past.
Yeah.
I will say there is one bloke in Australia I'd like to I have a fair bit of fun with. That's David Hodge, the barefoot fisherman from up at Townsville.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Australia's best, bar none. And this is with a bait caster, not a spinning rod or a hand line. It's solely a bait caster.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best in Australia, bar none.
I've seen some of his videos on YouTube. He can cast a rod.
Yeah, he's unlucky. He's just, for everybody, I won't go into the personal details, but I mean, he's one of my best mates, but it is just a bit of fun. We try and keep the tradition going that they've ran for years at the tackle shows of having the casting tournaments.
Yeah.
We run it at the Cod Classic. So, some years we've had 10 or a dozen of Australia's best casters torn up.
Yeah.
This year the field is a bit thin, but anyway, unfortunately, you can only beat what they put up there. I'll put my name on the trophy, and happy days. It's there for anyone that come and have a crack if they want.
Yep, and you're hearing it here first. I seen him get a snag and a bird's nest today while we were fishing.
Yeah, that was his first cast.
But last year at the Cod Classic, when we were there, me and my family, you had the casting comp set up. It wasn't happening at that time, and I had my young bloke there, and he seen you casting around. And he goes, "Oh, Dad, I want to have a go at that because it looks awesome." So asked you, and I didn't even know you then, hadn't met you, and asked you what the go was, and you're like, yeah, more than happy. So he went and got his rod out, had a cast around. I think it was actually brilliant. It was really social. It was awesome. I think the same thing. It was everything it should be, really.
Yeah, that's it. It's as long as, again, especially with the kids, if they're buddy got a fish in hand, they're not buddy playing with other shit, and they can't get in trouble if they're fishing. Again, along those lines, I had a kid come in the shop, my Yarrawonga shop, only 4 months ago. Taught him to cast with a bait caster, gave him a casting plug when he left just to keep him happy. And in 4 months, he came back and he competed with the big boys this year. It was amazing. Like, they stood and clapped and cheered. This year, he hit 13 out of the 15 targets in one of his rounds.
Fuck.
So he did a super job. He'd been
In
casting
4 months.
for 4 months. Again, just a little bit of guidance. And to top it off, give the young fella credit. He was actually casting with a buddy swim bait rod. So it was a buddy heavy rod that we certainly wouldn't
not
use.
as accurate as what you would
No,
think.
but he trained himself on that. Another fella, a bit of a legend in Australian fishing world, Dave Silver, who was competing. Dave actually turned around and gave the kid his rod at the end of it.
Wow.
So, yes, stuff like that. And to me, that's bloody shit hot. This young fella, he'll go away. He's been up there with a few blokes that are pretty good. They've shared some info with him. Hopefully, whether it be for his casting or fishing in general, he takes the next step. So happy days and good luck to him.
Yeah, and I think, like, I'm lucky because I'm shit at every sport that's ever existed. But I'm lucky because I'm not fearful of doing it. So, like, I played footy. I was the worst player. I played basketball. When I was a kid, it took me 2 years to get my first basket in basketball. But I loved it.
You're not going to mention cricket.
Yeah, I almost won the bowling in cricket because you just bowl pies and people get caught on the fence because they think they got more power than what they got.
That's an indictment on Exmouth cricket.
I come second in the bowling one year.
Yep.
But,
it's an embarrassment
one thing,
for our town that will never live down.
Don't often lose at the bar, but drinking on the wood. But anyway, what I'm getting at is obviously these casting competitions would be fearful for a lot of people because egos are on the line, where I suppose, like you're saying with that young fella, obviously everyone should just get up and have a go because I imagine it's not like that. You know, people just want to see you have a bit of fun and that. Everyone gets a bird's nest and a snag. We've proven that today. So it happens, you know.
No, that's it. Again, it is just a bit of fun. I mean, some people feel the pressure, but again, to get up, whether it be the ribbon, the bullshit you cop from the crowd, as Squilly, you know, the shit that buddy, he gets up and does. It's just block it out, keep going. As long as you enjoy it, who gives a shit what other people think? So
totally.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a great message.
I haven't ever seen a casting tournament. So how does it actually work? How's it judged?
Yep. All right, it's an accuracy thing. What we do, we cast with an 18-gram plug, similar to Lee's butt plugs, but it's actually got a little hole in the end of it, so we can
Smell
tie it
better.
on your rod.
I'm just wearing it today.
But,
Maybe I will go hang out with the goat.
You're wearing it like a butt plug.
So, but anyway, it's traditionally when we used to do it back in the days and it was like big time fair income, you'd have 15 targets, 2 minutes. You'd have to go around the targets 3 times. You had 5 targets, 3 rounds. In those 2 minutes, if you got a bird's nest, if you're stuffed up, you're flat out picking the shit up. But to cast 15 times in 2 minutes, and it is an accuracy. If you hit the target, you get 5 points. If you hit the bullseye, you get 10 points. So it is a skill-based challenge, but it looks easy. But to hit a target that stands up 20 metres away from you, bullseye of 6 inches, takes a bit of skill. But again, as I say to anyone, if I can do it, you can do it. If you practice, buddy, happy days, anyone can do it.
So what's your best score then? Do you know?
Oh, yeah, out of 150, I got 131 round.
Fucking hell.
So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was, again, you see sometimes you just get in the rhythm and you shoot the lights out.
Yeah.
This year I was at a couple of, first round was only 75, so that's only hitting or scoring potentially. That was, I think I hit 14 of the 15 targets.
Yeah.
But with only 1 bullseye or something like that, the second round I got 90 points. But yeah, it's just, with that, it's just getting in the rhythm.
Yeah.
And yeah, you lose track or something turns to shit, buddy. You lose pretty quick. You miss a few targets and you're behind the 8 ball.
So does it exist internationally? Do the Yanks or someone have some fucking thing?
I have seen it, yeah, certainly. And again, it's you watch your Bass Pro video, podcasts or not podcasts, whatever they are, TV shows.
Yeah.
And to see the ability those blokes have got, it's unbelievable. And they all should be able to hit a target. But again, it is a little bit different where you put a stand-up target in front of someone and say, hit that, it can turn to shit pretty quick. Even when you think you're good, yeah, they're pretty easy to miss.
Oh, totally, yeah. And I think after me and Squelly just did our river drift, you didn't miss a spot where you wanted to put it till you thought there was a fucking fish there. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, that's definitely going to have a fish fuck it up the whole spot. Oh,
Yeah, once the pressure comes on, and the pressure comes on from Leywold fairly quick, if you get snagged once, the second snag's going to cop you a fucking hiding. so and it does become a lot fucking harder once even when someone else is watching you. I know when Leywold would say that's yours to cast into, I was like, oh fuck, that means he's watching me trying to cast into that. And I would have nailed 20 in a row, and as soon as I know someone's watching,
that's it.
Fucking,
1,000 bridges, but one goat.
Yeah, one
that's
goat.
right, one goat island.
That's it.
But buddy, and the comp you have there is obviously that times 10, because I know my young bloke wanted to have a cast, so he did, and then I'm like, I'll have a bit of a go because he's already in there, just chinning around, not in the comp. And before that, would have been really intimidating. There's fucking people everywhere. You know, you're like, fuck, my manhood's on the line here.
Yep.
So that's it. You put yourself up in front of 2,500 people, things change pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
But no, all good fun.
Yeah. So as far as advice for like people getting into cod fishing or anything, what's probably the most important thing that you'd give people to?
All right. I'd like to think that's a pretty easy one. Where don't overthink it. A lot of people think you got to do this, you got to do that. You see that many videos and a lot of shit out there. Don't overthink it. The hardest thing to do is get yourself here. Couple of lures, couple of spinner baits, whether you're casting or trolling. And probably the biggest thing with cod, if you think you're going slow, slow down. So that's retrieval. If you're trolling, as long as your lure's getting close enough to the bottom without actually continually ploughing the bottoms, because they are predatory feeders, they look up and eat above themselves. But again, don't overthink it. Time on the water, and especially if you're casting, which is probably the most enjoyable way of catching the cod, just the thrill of getting the hit. Like if you could bottle that shit and have a sniff every now and then, that's all you need, buddy. Half a dose of that. But the longer you're on the water, the easier it'll become, or the more you'll learn, because when you think it becomes easy, then you'll do your head in and you'll actually bust your ass to get fish. But like you found today, mate, you keep casting, one will come sooner or later.
It'll eventually come. Yeah.
Especially if you spoon feed heavily like Squelly was.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was spoon-fed and I got one. You were spoon-fed and you didn't get one. So, hey, somehow you were spoon-fed and copped it in the face.
I'm copping it in the face this whole fucking podcast by the sounds of it.
I'll be honest, you fucking deserve it, and it's about time the shit's not falling on me.
No, it's good to get out there. And again, for those that are listening and those that aren't, we'd caught fish in this region before.
Yep.
I said, and yeah, personally, I was at the front of the boat. I said, no, bullshit, I don't need to catch them.
Yeah.
Chuck Squirrely up the front. I said, get in there, mate. You should get a fish here. Dead set, second cast, 71 centimetres. And as we said, anyone that comes to my whaler gets a 71 centimetre fish on the cast should be proud. So well done, mate. Great stuff.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. I mean, you saying how happy I was to nail it. Unfortunately, between the two of us, we couldn't baby Leywold onto one. But, you know, you just keep keeping on.
I was telling him, keep casting, mate.
Yep.
That's
yep.
it.
Well, I did have a few birds' nests and that just popped up, unluckily, by themselves and whatnot. But
couple of bust-offs and missed hookups.
Yeah, it
it's
happens.
all part of the fun.
So another thing, Tony, I just want to mention while we're on here, because to me it's actually pretty important, is you are, with Ming Coders, you are a guru on them and you repair them. And you're one of the only people in this region, and that region being basically Australia, that repairs and knows what's going on with Ming Coders. I break mine way more than probably anyone on the planet. And I've repaired mine myself once, got some parts from the States or something, and it was a fucking bastard. They got these stupid European Allen keys and all this shit. And you've fixed mine for me before, and you're even talking that maybe you could help me with it again. That's a big thing I think people need to know, because those fuckers just jump out and hit logs by themselves all the time.
I've seen it.
They do here at my whaler, mate. Again, I'm a fitter and turner by trade. I can't, I'm not real smart, but I can fix shit. So my best mate, he was the boss of national boss of Hummingbird Minn Kota of sales, and he suggested again, here at Mulwala, as you said, everyone tends to break shit. So I started fixing them. I went to Brisbane about 5 years ago, did a service course, and now I'm the only bloke between Melbourne and Sydney that fix them. I love fixing them. I love helping people out, getting them back on the water. And case in point, early last year, so early 2023, in 1 week, I got given 6 bottles of Southern Comfort. I don't drink beer, unfortunately. I'm allergic to that. But just for helping people out, I don't charge what I should. Like if you send them back to Brisbane,
Yep, you don't.
I certainly don't charge what you should. I'd rather help people out. At the end of the day, they become good customers. But yeah, if you can get them back there, everything's happy days. And yeah, half a dozen bottles of Southern says the customers are happy. So if anyone ever gets here to my whaler, has a fuck up, bring her in, we'll get them fixed and get you back on the water.
Yeah, before you leave home, pack the Southern Comfort. That's what I'd do.
Yeah.
You know, because I've seen Tony drink them, and that half a dozen's 2 days, so he's probably due for some more, I reckon.
Yeah. Sounds like you need a couple fucking emergency Southern Comfort bottles.
Yeah,
with how
well,
you go.
Yeah, I always carry a spare Minn Kota prop on the boat, but maybe I should just carry a fucking 1 litre of Southern Comfort on the
Yeah.
boat and just
I have
really
suggested-
secure it.
I have suggested to Leroy before he leaves town today, this is coming home, his buddy rig. That's going to get a bit of a service and a bit of a clean up. So,
Like you said, you said before, you may not be smart, but you're good at fixing shit. I may not be smart, but I'm really good at breaking shit.
Yeah, good at
I may be
fucking
the
shit.
best at it. I
Yeah.
may actually be the best at breaking shit that exists in the world.
Yeah. You could never say fucked one prop for you.
Yeah.
Goats, maybe. I mean, depending how this day goes for you on the island. But props, you go for a few.
Yeah. Yep. I think I've been through maybe 6 propellers this year.
I don't understand that, mate. It's pretty simple. Just don't hit shit.
Yeah. 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 It's just a talent.
Yeah. When you're good, you're fucking good, I guess. I was talking about, like, being good. Are there standout fishermen that you get to see through the tournaments that just...
Oh, shit, yeah. Like, they come and go. A lot of people get into the game and think they're going to reinvent the wheel and they're spat out the back door pretty quick. Yep. But over time, my 30 years here at the lake, Derek Blow, Derek is the number 1 cod angler here. He's had a couple of good buddy teachers in time, but now for his results in tournaments this year, him and his young fella Cade, I think Cade's 22, 23, they won everything. They won the Scopers comp, they won the Nationals, they won the Dash for Cash, they won the Boats and More comp in the lead up.
Yeah,
Again, their
shit.
ability across the board to actually be able to fish and scope help them out. And again, equal up there at the moment, young Thomas, the captain Pinter. Again, individually, his knowledge, his thought patterns, the way he thinks about what he's doing is second to none. So he's brilliant. But yeah, over time, you see a heap that can actually fish, but just consistently, you put him in a tournament, competition.
Yep.
Bit of stress, like poor old mate Ricky Doyle, legend fella, great fisherman, put that much stress on himself this year in the Nationals. He fished it that hard in the lead up. He had every fish. He could have them by name, but turned in the comp and it turned to shit for him. I've seen it also does their head in. But again, the good fisherman will always catch fish. The average fisherman will sometimes catch fish.
Yep.
And the shit fishermen, they'll sometimes catch fish too. So
yeah, right.
I won't mention any names.
Leewald.
This is workplace bullying.
I'm fucking happy
No,
with
well, I
it
don't
too.
get paid or anything, so
Nah,
it can't
nah.
be
Can't be
workplace.
workplace.
It's got to be just there's got to be some other word for it. Fucking.
The truth, I call it.
That was good. I'm happy with that one.
Nailed it.
And I wasn't referring to you, mate. You only might be you if you take offence to it.
Yeah, nah, fuck, I don't care. I'll fucking kill it. If there's God exists and everyone goes to a place after life, if we get to stack up how many fish you've ever killed, I reckon I'll pretty much win that battle through commercial fishing. So,
Yeah, you're up there.
so that bit doesn't bother me too much. I know what it's like. I've probably my greatest pleasure with tournament fishing is fishing next to and against the best. I'm not the best fisherman, but I've
Oh,
fished
mate,
with them.
I'm fucking happy
Not
that
you,
you're
you
there.
idiot. The competition.
And that's it, mate. As you said, even being around these people, if you can learn a bit, happy days. That's what it's all about. And most of the top line anglers, I won't say all, but most are always, buddy, willing to share information. So don't be afraid, buddy, going the other way to ask for a few tips, what they're doing, what they're using, why they're fishing there. So, yeah, most of them are, buddy, ripper fellas with the same interests as yourself.
Totally. Most of pretty much all the best anglers I've ever fished against in comps have are really open with what's going on, and I think it's because as a mindset for winning type people is that they're looking forward, they're not looking backwards, they're not going, oh, but what if he learns to do this? They're already thinking, oh, I wonder if I change this, that might be better, So get a lot of that, like fishing up in the territory against like Shane Campaign and the likes, and the Hummingbird guys and all them guys up there. Griffo was up there. They were just bloody incredible, And then back home we got
Eddie's like as good as anyone at giving like.
Mate, Eddie Lawler goes to our fishing club before a marlin fishing comp and shows how he rigs them in front of anyone, his rigs and everything, and then has a Q&A afterwards, and guys sit there and ask every question they've ever wanted to ask him, and he answers it truthfully. And then the comp starts the next day, and he flogs every cunt.
Yeah.
So, it's just awesome.
Yeah. It's probably also a little bit painful. It's a bit like fucking Mike Tyson just commentating on how he's busted you up for fucking 3 rounds. I did this, I'm going to do this, and you're going to just fucking sit there bleeding fucker.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. But it's awesome.
Yeah. It improves everyone as fishing. He's just...
Yeah, well, in the Cod Classic that was only a week ago, you had the same thing with Thomas Pinter that you were just talking about. He did a stand-up talk and Q&A. Did he do a Q&A as well?
Yeah, that was it. So it was him and the great Mervyn Hughes. Again, Merv loves his cod fishing. He gets up here. But again, with Thomas, as we introduced him as Australia's #1 Murray Cod Tournament fisher with his results. He's won the Cod Nationals the 3 previous years. Yeah, he shared his tips, his tricks, his advice on what he'd be doing this weekend here at Mulwale, or the weekend gone, for the Cod Classic, and then it was a Q&A at the end. So combine him with Mervyn. The folks learned a fair bit. I don't know who they'll learn it off, but I don't think it was Merv too much.
Well, that's no wonder there's 2,500 people there. That and you're giving away half a dozen boats.
Yeah.
So no, it's all good fun, but yeah, just the simple thing on any fishing is just don't overthink it. Just go out and enjoy it.
Yeah, bloody oath. Cool. You got anything to add or ask, Leewald?
No, I think that's all I've wanted to try and learn. I'm just racking my brain. But
Shut up, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had that.
Yeah, just had to finish the podcast before we're going to have a fucking punch on this boat in a second. I know I'll be punching Squirrely first because Tony's way too big. I'll just take his shit when he gives it to me.
Yeah, you got anything to add, or you good,
boys,
Tony?
I'm just happy to say I've enjoyed the day we've had fishing together. Great to see you here.
Yeah,
more
awesome
than welcome back
you.
anytime. And again, anyone, especially from over west, that happens to come this way, look us up, come and say good day. We'll point you in the right direction and hopefully put you onto a cod. So anyway, boys, enjoy your time here. Happy days.
Fuck off. All right, I'm going to finish this beer and maybe slip into a goat. Cheers for chumming up.
Cheers.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening right now? Dolphin in killer whale's mouth? Holy shit. Oh, this is the best day of my life, God. What?
I like going down the pond chasing bluegills and tommy cocks.